So I'm back from holiday. I hope that you guys had a good holiday as well. It's the 27th of November at 9:13 a.m. in the morning on Monday. And I haven't had a lot of action. I didn't have a lot of action before Thanksgiving. My expert advisors were on, but they didn't take any trades. So it was very quiet pretty much the entire week leading up to the holiday. So, but I did take a manual trade today, and I'm going to be taking more manual trades from here on out, at least for the time being. I'm doing some testing. I'm also looking into modifying and perfecting my strategy a little bit more for manual trading. Now, this is not what I was doing before, which is taking positions right before the big news event and trying to predict the news. I have had some success in the past with that, but it is can be very dangerous when the market really starts to move. So today I did take two trades, and one of the first one was the main setup. It was just on the 15 or the M5 time frame on the pound CAD. Now, excuse me for being still a little bit sick. My cough is getting better, but it's now been 3 weeks since I started with this cold or cough or whatever, and it's been pretty rough. But the original setup was the inside candle here. I like the some support or resistance up at the top here at 169.5, around that number, and was expecting a bit of a pullback. A little bit happened, and then it shot back up. I entered on a grid, on a 20-pip grid, on the second position, on a semi-martingale. So the first position was 0.6, and then the second position was 0.89. So a little bit higher risk on this trade up here, but that's what the strategy is intended to do. So I got to make sure and make the first order small enough so I don't get into trouble down the road when doing trading like this. Now, it's also important to have a cutoff when doing semi-martingale trading or any trading in general, to have some kind of stop loss or loss percent cutoff or anything like that, so you protect yourself just in case things go wrong. So I've been doing some testing on this strategy or this type of trading with the Trader Agent software, and I'll get into that in a second, and I can show you how to test your strategies and how I'm doing mine, so you can see how it works and how I'm calculating the risk and all that kind of stuff. But let's talk about the position here. Now, the Trader Agent software is pretty cool because it tells you, let me get rid of this. Okay, so it tells you the stats of your account, how much profit you've made for the year. I'm not sure how accurate it actually is, but so far it's accurate for the week. And let's check for the month. It says $415 for the month, and this month has been, it says it's been $2,143. I trust my FX book more so than the Trader Agent software because I'm not really sure where it's pulling these stats from. But at least it's right. It's correct on the profit for today. Okay, so you guys may have known or have heard me talk about the Trader Agent software. It's pretty cool because it allows you to work with your trades much easier, so you don't have to stay and babysit them as much, and you can put them on a grid, and you can have the software take profit for you, so you don't have to close things out. It's just very convenient. It's about $100. I'm not affiliated with the product at all, although I could be. I choose not to be, so I keep everything very free and not get things messy by adding products into it that I'm affiliated with. Alright, so I pulled out just $60 profit on this trade. So not a ton, but that's the idea behind it, is small, lower risk trades and getting out quickly. And I will be doing this probably from here on out, unless I see some kind of danger ahead in my testing as I go. But so far it's looking very good. and I hope to continue to make appropriate modifications so I can continue to manual trade. Now, this might be more interesting for you guys because in the past I would just update you on what trades the expert advisor took and how they managed to do so. I'll still be doing that because the expert advisors are still trading, but since I've made some modifications on that, trades are being taken less. So I expect a bit less profit each month because of those modifications, but I also expect less drawdown and more profit and hopefully less losses as well. So I'll take less risk over more profit, and that's typically how I've always run my account. But I have had some mistakes in the past where I've gone much higher risk, trying to make some losses back. You know, just the standard type of maybe if you can say revenge trading. I've had some trouble with that over the past few months. Things have worked out, and I've since calmed down, and I feel like my risk is appropriate at the moment, especially with my manual trades that I've been doing. So I'm trying to keep things under control. As you can see, it's showing that I've had $4,654 profit since this account was actually opened or transferred from another Trader's Way account on 9/28. So $19,862 was transferred in, and I've come out with $4,654 profit. Okay, so this is what the account looks like, and you can see the $60 profit today, and it's still going up very steadily. And Robert's account, he actually took the same position. I had it copied to his account, but it was much smaller, trying to get a trade copier worked out. Right now I'm using, what am I using? I'm using a transaction repeater full. I guess it's the full version. It's not anything special. It's just copying my trades from one account to the other account, making it easy so I can make sure that I'm getting the same trades on my two accounts that I'm trading, my personal and on Robert's account. Okay, so just the one trade, and you guys can see the setup, the inside candle, and didn't quite work out, so I entered a grid using the Trader Agent software, and it entered another trade at the top here, and finally got that pullback that I was looking for and came out with a $60 profit. Now remember that the lot sizes were different, and that means that, and the reason why I'm doing a semi-martingale is because that means that I need less of a pullback from the top order in order to close out in profit. And I think a semi-martingale strategy can work long term. I don't think a martingale strategy can work long term, at least very easily. It has to be very, very, very low risk, and I want to keep things safe. So that's why I'm doing a semi-martingale, and I do have a cutoff. So let's get into the strategy that I'll be using in tandem with my expert advisors. Okay, so here we have Robert's account, but this is an account that I've been testing with. This is just an LMFX demo account. As you probably can't see at the top. But the Trader Agent software allows me to enter and exit orders as the market's going. So it's like a back testing and expert advisor, like a standard EA. But this is the Trader Agent software, so it allows me to enter orders as I see fit on the market. Now you can see that I've already been testing this. You can see where the orders were entered. A buy order here closed out for $67 profit. A buy order closed out for $75. Now the take profit is $60, and it's basically the same risk that I'm taking on my account right now, so I can have an accurate representation of what to expect from the strategy. Now you can see that I've already been testing random months and random years. Right now I'm in 2016 March, and I've been going since March and seeing how things have gone. So I've only done a month of testing, and you can see that I had a loss right in the beginning, and it was actually about $1,000 loss. And since that time, I actually was able to pull out $2,000 profit in this test through the month of March. And right now I'm in March 31st. So $2,000 profit even with $1,000 loss. Now, it's not completely the best or the most accurate representation because I'm actually trading as taking every possible position. And as you guys know, manual trading, you can't do that because you have to sleep at points, or you have to go work or things like that, so you can't always be watching the market. But this still shows me how accurate the strategy is over the longer term, and that's why I'm testing it like this. So let's go through testing. It's on the M15 time frame on the Aussie CAD, and I have a spread at 3 pips, so which is typical what my broker gives me. All right, so what I'm looking for are places in the market that I see support or resistance, or the market, or the candlesticks giving me hints into a possible pullback, like right in here where there's an inside candle set up, right? So I enter the trade. Now, in the test, it's not going to be completely accurate because it's going fast. You can see the candles. It's hard to enter the trades right away, and you can't pause and then enter a trade. So I have to be very on my toes, ready to press the orders. But it still gives me an idea of how what I'm seeing is if what I'm seeing is actually taking place, even if it's not to the pip on my entries. So let's give you an example. Okay, so I'm looking for support and resistance areas given to me by the candlesticks. As you can see, there was one right here. So I'm actually going to enter a trade, if I can enter it fast enough. All right, and so, all right, there we go. So not the most accurate of entries, because typically I would want to enter right in about here, but still would have probably hit profit down at the bottom. So I entered a little bit late, but still came out with $64 profit. And maybe I can talk a little bit less so you guys can actually, so I can actually get a better entry. All right, so I'm going to looking to enter on a short position again. So what I just did is I turned the grid on, just in case this goes against me. Okay, so the second entry you saw was placed, first entry, and then the second entry, and then the take profit. Now, even though my take profit is set to $60, when there's a lot of volatility in the price movement, it's possible that we'll have some positive or negative slippage, and in this case it was positive with $98 instead of $60. So why did I enter on this position here? Well, I saw that price previously pushed up and then came back down there, right? So I'm expecting that there could be another. The price could hit resistance on that same resistance again and show me some candlesticks in that area. And I originally saw this here, pulled back, went back up, gave me some more indecision candles, and so that's why I decided to place this short entry position right up here, and went against me initially and then came back down, and then I was able to hit profit. So let's move on. Now, my take profit is $60 per trade, but my stop loss, or my loss cutoff, is $1,000. So that means that once I hit about $1,000 loss in actual dollar amount, all my trades will close out for a loss, and I'll move on to the next opportunity. And that's what I did in the test already. So hit $1,000 loss right in here, and then have since been I made that loss back, and now I'm in $2,000 profit. So that's how I'm testing my strategy, my manual strategy, to make sure that it's going to work over the longer term. Now, if I have multiple losses in a row, I'm not able to make the losses back and bring the account into profit, then that might be something of that I should be looking at and potentially either modify or stop trading the strategy manually, because it shows that there's more potential for losses than actual profit. So let's continue. And right now I'm looking for. So let me try to speak to you through what I'm looking for. So this keeps pushing up, right, and making new highs, new highs, new highs, new highs. I'm looking for to counter trend trade. So that means that when a new high is made, and I'm looking for indecision candles after that new high is made or a previous high was hit, and then looking to place an order on the short side. So right now, I'm not looking to take any buy positions unless it shoots way back down. I'm only looking to take short positions at the moment. And I'm looking for price to either hit this level and show me some indecision. This candle was some indecision, but it's not quite high enough for me to actually take it. So I'm waiting for this to shoot a little bit higher before I take any short positions. And if it doesn't, that's fine. And I'll just look for another opportunity. So I'm waiting to see what happens with the market. Now it looks like it's in a small range. Okay, so we finally broke down. So I'm going to wait for it to continue down further. And if you're wondering about the support S2, S1, pivot, and R1, this is what the trader agent software gives you. I'm not necessarily looking at those for any hints or anything like that, but I am looking at where the price is. You see it's at 0.9957. I'm looking at the half and whole numbers for potential support and resistance areas. Okay. So nothing down here yet. It's just not enough of a pullback on the downside for me to actually enter the market. I'd like to see it go down a bit further. All right, so now we're looking at, okay, now I'm going to take a position and, okay, all right, there it popped up. So what I was looking at, where I wanted it to push lower than this level, and it did, and the first indecision, the candle here, and a potential reversal candle here, a potential reversal candle here. So I'm seeing that there is some support down here, or at least the candle showing me that the push down is slowing, and so what we're getting is a push down and then this, and then eventually it potentially will shoot up. So it's the idea of the push on the downside. It's got to slow sometimes, and sometimes it will go like this, and it will be jagged, right? It will be a straight up and down. But in many cases, you'll see this, where it goes down, and then you get these candles that show you, well, the momentum on the downside is slowing quite a bit, and we're getting into a consolidation period where a potential pullback or change in direction may happen. So that's what I saw there, and that's when I entered my trade, and I got in early enough for a pop-up. Alright, so now we've broken down again, and even though, since I'm talking so much, I would want to take this candle here because it's an inside candle. It's not the best setup in the world, but again, this is on the M15 time frame, so we don't want all the most perfect setups like I do with my RMI strategy on the 1 hour. I'm looking for these candles that show indecision, and this is definitely an area right here. So when I unpause this, I'm going to try to enter a buy position as fast as possible. Okay, and then turn on the grid and see what happens. This will be the last trade I do, but I wanted to show you guys what I'm doing, and maybe you guys can do it as well, because it's really cool how this trader agent software allows you to test your manual strategies over a longer period of time, and it actually even shows you the daily profit, the monthly, and the yearly, so you have a better idea of what to expect with your strategy. Now you can see what's happening in this current area where there's a bit of range going on, and there's a little bit of okay, there we go, and it popped up where there's indecision in here, and so the first area in this, the push down slowing was here. There was more here. The push up was weak, and it was just the momentum wasn't quite enough. It was probably a low area of volume, not a lot of news potentially, and then it pushed back down, more indecision here, or potential for reversal again in this area and down here, and then the pop up, and this looks like it was probably some kind of news candle. Okay, so this is this is how I approach my strategy. And I will do it over the longer term. I will probably continue to go through 2016 and probably 2017 to make sure that this type of trading will work. And how the cutoff works is $1,000 minus $1,000. So I will lose $1,000 on my personal account, and but I also have a lot of potential to make that back during the same month, and potentially more. So I feel like the $1,000 cutoff, which is roughly about 5% on my account, but I have a potential to make as much as 10% on my account, or maybe even 15% on my account using this manual trading strategy. So as long as the losses are not overwhelming my account, I feel like I'm pretty safe, and I do need to do more testing with the strategy, but so far things are going very well. Okay, so right now the price has broken up again. The pullback happened, and that's what I was looking for, and I took my profit. And now we have another shooting up, and I'm looking now again for a short position or a short opportunity, and it could happen right here. We did hit this resistance level, which is really close to the round number at 1.7000. And so I will be looking for a good short position here right near the round or the whole number, and I'll be looking for another $60 profit. So let's see what's going on the Australian CAD. Nothing much. Some support in this area, right around the round number. There's going to be a lot of probably indecision in here. Not ideal for taking positions. You can see that there were some trades that I took in here, but it was just testing the trade copier software that I've been using. So I'm looking for an inside candle or some indecision or something showing me that this push up is slowing, and there's potential for a push back down. Right now it's looking pretty strong. At least in the last 4 or 5 bullish candles. So I need to see some kind of indecision or slowing of the candles, or some wicks at least, to give me an idea that I can get into the market on the short side. Alright, so that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And not a lot of profit, just $60. And Robert's account's going well. He took all the same positions I did last week, which is not that many. But I will be taking the same manual positions on his account to hopefully push profit a little bit more. And it could be a little bit more exciting for you guys because I'm showing you manual taken positions in counter trend trading. Not all of them will be counter trend trading. It's very possible that I might take some trades with the shorter term trend, likely the 1 hour or H4 and the shorter time frames. But that is possible. So I'll talk you guys through that and what I'm doing there. So right before I go, there is some indecision up here, but I'm not going to be taking this trade just off of this flag, this wick here. That's not a good enough indication. Now, if this closed down and closed below the opening of the previous candle, that might be something I would maybe jump in on. But I want to see more. I want to see more indecision to give me a better idea of what may happen in the near future. Alright guys, I think that's it for today's video. I will see you more this week because I will probably be taking trades on a daily basis now, manual trades. But it's nothing crazy to report because it's going to be smaller profits. But it's more of a scalping type of system that I'm doing, and hopefully you'll find some interest in it. But if not, I will keep doing these updates. So hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.